We all have questions.
What is it that hinders me, stopping me from getting to where I want to go?
Find the answers on the Dani Johnson Show.
You can't reach for anything if your hands are still full of yesterday's junk.
Keep moving forward with Dani Johnson.
So that you can get to the destiny that you're after. There is another way to live, my friend. There is.
This is the Dani Johnson Show.
Welcome to the Dani Johnson Show. I hope that today, so far, you're choosing to have an awesome day. Because you know what? You got to make that choice. Some people wake up and they choose to make it a cruddy day. Hopefully that's not the person you're sleeping next to, because that would be so lame, man. To wake up next to somebody every day going, it's going to be a nasty day. Don't you hate it when your spouse comes home from work and you say, hey, how was your day? And they go, it's all right. I made a choice years ago to train my mouth at any time that somebody asked me how I was doing, the same response. Awesome. How was your day? Awesome. Why? Because, first of all, it's speaking life. But Dani, I'd be lying if I said my day was awesome. Hey, you're alive. I don't know what God you serve, but he's with you. If you serve the same God I serve, he's with you. He's for you. I think that's awesome, right? You have people in your life that you love. You might not like them right now. There are people in your life that you love and that love you. Come on now. We live in this crazy culture that expects everything to be perfect. Especially everything to be perfect and fit into the timelines that we seem to create for ourselves, and those wonderful timelines that have a tendency of stressing us out or wasting our life. I have to tell you about this quote that one of my coworkers found. It's a really, really powerful quote. It's by William Penn, and it says this: time is what we want most of, but we spend the worst. Isn't that so true? Come on, think about it. Isn't that so true? It's really what we want the most of. We want more time. However, we are the worst with how we spend our time. This is Dani Johnson. We're going to be talking about, what would you do with your life differently if you had all of a sudden an extra hour every day? Yeah, if somehow the time changed 24 hours to 25 hours and you somehow got an extra hour every single day, what would you do with that extra hour? Where would you put it strategically? What would you say is your biggest time issue? What do I mean by that? Well, let me just read you this. USA Today published a survey which showed how people perceived their time and their own busyness. Listen carefully. I know it's statistics and you probably want to go to sleep when I start mentioning statistics. I happen to like them. But 69% of the people who responded to this survey said that they were either busy or very busy. That's almost 70% of the people that responded said, I am very busy or I'm busy. And only 8% of the people said, I'm not very busy at all. So when they were asked what they have sacrificed as a result of their busyness, right? So 70%, almost 70% of the people said, I am busy or I'm very busy. Only 8% was like, I ain't that busy. I'm not sure that the procrastinators and the lazy people responded to this survey because, well, they're lazy and they procrastinate. So more than likely, and by the way, lazy procrastinators have a tendency of not reading newspapers like USA Today, and they also have a tendency of not watching the Dani Johnson Show. Because this is a show for the doer, right? This is a show for the one that's living out their life and following their purpose or finding that purpose and working with excellence and diligence. It's certainly not, Susie Shovel It In, who's just, lazy and, complaining, no. And by the way, if that is who you are, you ain't going to stay that way very long if you continue to tune in to the Dani Johnson Show every single day. I'll make sure of it. You and I are going to work together on fixing those things. Anyway, so when these very busy people were asked this question, they were asked what they have sacrificed as a direct result of their busyness. Check it out. 56% said they have sacrificed sleep. They've sacrificed sleep. 52% said recreation. They're not having fun. They are so busy with their lives, they're not having fun. I don't know how these numbers add up to 100%. Oh, because they can maybe choose other things. 51% hobbies. 44% said they've sacrificed their friends, and 30% of them said they sacrificed their family for busyness. Can you believe that? Wow. That's crazy. That 30% of the people said, I've sacrificed my family. I've traded my family for busyness instead. And half of them said, I've traded sleep for busyness. I don't have any fun. Instead, I stay busy. I'm working all the time. I'm constantly productive, so I'm not having any fun. And then hobbies, right? Because hobbies actually can be very fun. They can be relaxing. You know what I find about some hobbies is that they cause you to, they shut your brain off from everything else and you kind of focus. I don't really have a hobby. I don't. I don't think I do. I mean, I would consider a hobby for me like feeding orphans. That would be my hobby. But I used to crochet. I used to sew a lot. I don't do those things anymore. Yeah, but one thing I could almost put in, it's not a hobby. I like to play games, actually. Card games, dice games. We just recently found a new dice game. You probably should try it. But my favorite card game is Nerds. And what I notice is that when I'm playing cards, and Nerds is very intense and it's a fast game, Nerds, it makes my brain shut off for everything else because you have to totally, completely focus 100%. Otherwise, you're not going to play well, okay? But some hobbies, what they do, and I remember when I used to crochet, I used to sew, I didn't think about other things that were going on in my life. I just focused on not sewing over my index finger, which I did once. Yep, I did. My sewing machine, the needle went bamp right in the middle of my nail bed of my index finger. Bam, and there was my finger stuck in the sewing machine, bleeding all over the fabric of the dress that I was making. Yeah. Anyway, so after that experience, I chose never to think about anything while I was sewing. I have to watch my fingers and make sure they don't get underneath that needle that's going super, super fast. But anyway. So yeah, so hobbies actually can be a great way to shut off other things in your head and just, focus on one thing. Okay, so anyway, isn't this sad? Do you find that you're really busy? Do you find that you're not living out your life the way you want it to? Do you agree with what William Penn said? Such profound wisdom. Time is what we want most, but it's what we spend worst. 844-232-64. Again, that's 844-232-64. As you are watching or listening to this show and you are identifying that, yes, man, I am so busy all the time and gosh, I'm not having fun, or no, I don't have any hobbies, and wow, I've totally sacrificed my friendships and I've definitely sacrificed my family, and yeah, I only get 4 to 6 hours of sleep every night. And can I tell you what happens if you don't get enough sleep every night? You age faster. No joke. There's certain personalities that they say all the time that I only need 4 hours of sleep. I'm good. I don't need 8 hours of sleep. Now let's go ahead and look at your skin in comparison to everyone else that's your age. Because those that don't get enough sleep age faster. Literally, you're going to have puffy eyes, suitcases underneath your eyeballs. Ew. Okay? Your pores are not going to be nice and plump, but they're going to be dried out, which means that you could see the pores actually get bigger because there's not enough supple in the skin. Okay? So you actually will look older by not getting enough sleep. But when you get enough sleep, your body has a chance to recover and recirculate and replenish itself. And so people often sacrifice sleep for the busyness of their life, the busyness of their career, the busyness of making more money. And so I can't stress to you enough. It's important to live a very balanced life. By the way, I learned this one the hard way. Oh, I was going to give you the phone number, 844-232-64. Again, that's 844-200-DANNY, 3264. Call us. If you want help, let's say, readjusting your time, learning to manage your time, figuring out how to reprioritize and solve these issues. Yeah, how do I get more fun? I got to tell you, I'm one that has to schedule fun because I don't naturally, I'm not a naturally attracted person to fun. That's not something that, like I got to wake up and I got to have fun every day. There's certain personalities that they don't have to think about having fun. They just make everything fun. They got songs going on in their head constantly, or I've got words going through my head constantly. But that fun personality, they need help managing their time to get things done and to stay focused and to be consistent versus, the people who are focused and consistent, they need to schedule time to have fun. And I'm one of those. And just so happens, about a week and a half ago, my spiritual daughter, Isa, and I, because my husband and sons were out of town, so we rented a little cabin literally 30 minutes away from our house, all right? We rented a little cabin. It was so adorable. It would have been so much fun if you were there with me, but it was old, and we're talking old. In this little town in Texas, it's an old German town, so they have these really old, 180-year-old German houses where it feels like you're outside when you're on the inside of the house because of all the stone that's on the inside of it. It's just a cool little tiny place, right? Little shoebox of a place. But we went there and it was really funny. We ran into the manager of managing the property and he says, "Did I see that you guys were from such and such?" And we said, "Yeah." And he goes, "Man, my wife and I were scratching our head. We couldn't figure out how come someone was coming from just 30 miles away to stay here." And I said, "Because if I was at home, I'd probably be organizing some closets, cleaning up some messes that my children made before they left town. I'd probably be doing some laundry and cooking up a big giant storm instead of being here to just play cards and dice and cook small little meals and just snack throughout the day. I'd probably be like working on some projects." So there's something about getting away and resting, which is what we did for 4 days, Friday, Saturday. Actually, we left Thursday night. We came home Monday morning, and we had 4 nights in this place of what? All day long playing cards. Okay, the mornings was like I set apart for my special time with my God, with the best success book ever written, and just, man, didn't have pressures, didn't have appointments, didn't have anything, just nothing, right? We didn't create an agenda of what we were going to do. It was just, let's just kind of go with the flow through this weekend, and it was 4th of July weekend, so it was perfect. Let's just go through the flow. Let's, we'll get some basic groceries and, we'll make whatever we want to make with those groceries. But all in all, sleep, play some games, go back to bed, do it all over again. There's something about that. And it's very refreshing. It is. And there's something about getting away. Because then you focus on something completely different than, well, Monday morning I gotta do the laundry and I gotta get the dry cleaning and you know what I'm saying? Yeah. I need to go to the grocery store. Lists, tasks, all those things. Busyness. Sometimes it's important to unplug. I'm going to take your call right after this next break about talking about your busyness and how to fix it. This is Dani Johnson.
The Dani Johnson Show, helping people just like you make life more enjoyable and rewarding.
Is God calling you to the entertainment industry? Do you want to rise for Him? Do you want to be an actor, model, singer, or dancer and shine for God? Do you think the world needs better role models? Do you want to be a star for the Most High God? Actors, models, and talent for Christ is coming to a city near you. A new generation of Christian performers is rising. Call 800-STAR-420 or go to amtcaudition.com. God gave you talent for a reason, and that is to shine for Him. So we are searching for actors, models, singers, and dancers. Go to amtcaudition.com to find out when and where the next free audition will be held. Entertainment is the best opportunity for Christians to change the world, and the time is now. Are you ready for that call? 800-STAR-420 or go to amtcaudition.com. That's actors, models, and talent for Christ. Register for your audition today. Okay, if you know me at all, I don't want you spending a penny more than you have to on anything. This is one of those things. If you're a business owner and take credit cards, you're paying too much unless you're working with my friend Kevin at Prestige Merchant Solutions. He's so confident that if he can't save you money, he'll pay you $100. Listen, if you're accepting payment by credit cards, check it out. 850-200-0709. That's 850-200-0709. Kevin guarantees guarantees 5-star service. He guarantees he'll save you money, and he'll pay you $100 if he can't. No risk, right? So what are you waiting for? Call today. It's quick to change your current service, incredibly reliable, 24/7 support, and payments are processed quickly. Tell him Dani sent you. There's nothing to lose. Call 850-200-0709. 850-200-0709. Stop overpaying today. Dani Johnson here, and you're listening to The Dani Johnson Show with tens of thousands of people just like you. People thinking about what you think about, talking about what you talk about, and needing the same products and services you need. It's a place where like-minded consumers gather, savvy business owners, marketing directors, and responsive individuals making significant buying decisions. From consumer home goods and services to business products, people just like you needing the same things you need. They should be buying your product and service or doing business with your company. I'd love to help. To find out how to advertise on this show, email info@intelerep.com. That's info@INTELEREP.com, or call 251-928-9400. That's info@intelerep.com or 251-928-9400.
Radio talk show host Dani Johnson in Kadwa, Haiti.
Hi, I'm Dani Johnson, and I'm here with Vida in her tiny little home. This home is the size of many people's closets in the United States of America. Now, we're sitting on a bed, just a piece of sheet or plastic that these beautiful babies sleep on. They have nothing. This family has nothing. No water, no food, nothing. Won't you do something? The Bible says that if you ignore the cry of the poor, then you too will cry and be ignored. They're not asking for nice clothes. They're asking for food. That's it. Food, water. You can help. We want to build her a home. We want to bring water, clean, fresh water here. But we can't do it alone. We need you.
Help us radically change a community. Go to kingsransom.org to make your donation to Kadwa, Haiti. That's kingsransom.org.
If you're a Christian who's paying too much for healthcare, you're going to love Medishare. It's a nationwide community of believers who share each other's medical bills. It's affordable. Families average around $300 a month, and it's accepted by America's largest network of health providers. Plus, the healthcare law has a special provision for Medishare members, so you're exempt from any tax penalties. But here's the best part. Medishare is based on the timeless principles found in God's Word. You never have to pay for things that go against your beliefs. Medishare is healthcare the way God meant it to be.
Learn how thousands of Christians can help you save on your health care. For your free information guide, call 855-90-BIBLE. Not available in Montana. Medishare, affordable biblical health care. Call 855-90-BIBLE. That's 855-90-BIBLE.
Now, more of the Dani Johnson Show.
What's the biggest struggle or frustration that you have with time? Is it that you feel like you don't have enough of it to help you succeed or to help you hit some of your goals, or you don't have enough time with the family, you don't have enough time to get the work done? What is it? 844-200-3264. This is Dani Johnson. Welcome to the Dani Johnson Show. That's 844-200-3264. This is your time to call. Let's go ahead and solve this issue. Because listen, friend, you do not want to be 10 years older from now still working like a busybody who's not accomplishing what you want to accomplish. Are you living the life that you want to live? Is it going the way you want it to go? If it is not, it's time to pause for just a moment right here today on this show and evaluate your life and where your time is going and make some new decisions so that you don't live your life by default, but instead you live it by design. I used to work 100 hours a week a long time ago. When I was 24, the working 100 hours a week resulted in a heart attack. At 25, because I still didn't listen like an idiot, I didn't follow directions. At 25, I had a nervous breakdown and almost took my own life, again, working 100 hours a week. My marriage was a disaster. I hated my husband with everything that was in me, and he hated me too, so it was mutual. I didn't know my children. All I ever wanted to be was a mom. I didn't ever want to be a businesswoman. I never wanted to be a speaker or an author or a TV or radio show host. None of that stuff was on my list. My list was mom. I wanted 3 kids. I got 5 instead. Now I have 5 grandkids. And maybe my son who just got married might start. Anyway, I want 25 of them grandkids. Anyhow, because they're so cute. Almost as cute as the kids. I'm not getting distracted. Anyway, back over here. So, time. What are you doing with your time? Is it being invested into the places where you really want it to go? Do you need help and advice and working this out? This is the Dani Johnson Show, so it's advice for your life. So, going onto the phones right now, we got 5 lines completely lit up. I'm going to go to Jamie in Tupelo, Missouri. Hi, Jamie. Welcome to the Dani Johnson Show.
Hi, it's actually Mississippi.
Oh, Mississippi. That's right. I'm sorry. Terrible. I need help, I guess, on all the cities of the United States of America. Okay, Jamie.
I get that frequently. I'm used to people saying Missouri.
Yes, sorry. Mississippi.
The biggest thing I need help with is I stay busy, but I'm not really productive. I always feel like I get up in the morning, I have plenty of time, I get started doing things. And then I'm like a ping-pong ball, and I don't ever really complete anything I start. I don't know how to quit doing that.
I love the analogy you used. I literally, Jamie, saw you getting up in the morning, getting busy, starting to do things, and then I saw you being a ping-pong ball. I literally, and you know what else would happen? Thanks for the word picture. So originally it was like I saw the ping-pong, bam, bam, and then I saw you in a, what are those old games? Don't you remember the games from the 50s, you know, that you press the sides? What do they call those darn things? I can't remember. But I just...
ping-pong, yeah.
Yeah, I just saw the ball just going, me, you know, left and right and zigzag and backwards. Oh, I understand.
I feel like a lot of times.
Okay, and then at the end of the day, you feel like you're not accomplishing something, right?
No, I look around and I'm like, what did I actually do today? I don't have anything on my list checked off. I don't know what I did.
I understand. Okay, Mama. First of all, let me ask you a question. Is your list really, really long?
It depends on what day it is, but it usually has between 5 and 10 things on it.
Okay. Now, I want you to notice your habits. When you have 5 things on your list, you have a tendency of accomplishing those, but when there's 10 things on the list, you have a tendency of not accomplishing any of them?
Yeah, I think you're right.
So what happens is you're making your list too long. Is what it is.
Okay.
Okay, so come up with the 3 top most important things that need to get done and bang those suckers out at the beginning of the day. And then what you have is you have what we call a stretch goal. You have a stretch goal, a bonus that if I get these things done, then I'm going to bonus myself and I'm going to try for these next 2. So it's about managing your time in such a way that you don't put pressure on yourself and that your brain isn't going in 10 different directions at the same time because you got to get these 10 things done, but instead pick the top 3 priorities that got to get done today. Bang that first one out, check it off the block. Okay, and then when someone tries to distract you for something else, you say, you know what? I can actually do that at 12 o'clock. Can I get back to you at 12? Because I got to get back to this. I have an appointment right now for task number 2. And so that's how I work it, is I create tasks and appointments for the task, and I do only that for that appointed time. This is Dani Johnson. Jamie, thank you so much for calling in and asking that. We're going to continue with more of this show right after this.
How can you achieve your goals and change your life for the better?
Tune in, turn it up, listen.
Stay right where you are for more of the Dani Johnson Show.
Radio talk show host Dani Johnson in Kadwa, Haiti.
Hi, I'm Dani Johnson, and I'm here with Vida in her tiny little home. This home is the size of many people's closets in the United States of America. Now, we're sitting on a bed, just a piece of sheet or plastic that these beautiful babies sleep on. They have nothing. This family has nothing. No water, no food, nothing. Won't you do something? The Bible says that if you ignore the cry of the poor, then you too will cry and be ignored. They're not asking for nice clothes. They're asking for food. That's it. Food, water. You can help. We want to build her a home. We want to bring water, clean, fresh water here. But we can't do it alone. We need you.
Help us radically change a community. Go to kingsransom.org to make your donation to Kadwa, Haiti. That's kingsransom.org.
Ever wondered how to advertise on the Dani Johnson Show with tens of thousands of people just like you listening, thinking about the things you do, talking about the things you do, and needing products and services you need? Savvy business owners and marketing directors advertise on the Dani Johnson Show. Advertise your products or services on the Dani Johnson Show. Email info@intellerep.com or call 251-928-9400, 251-928-9400.
No excuses, just results. And now, back to more of the Dani Johnson Show.
Do you ever say to yourself, where'd all the time go? Right? Do you even know where your time is going? Do you even know what it is? I mean, are you running around like a chicken with your head cut off? Can you see the word picture there? Are you running around with a chicken? Come on, that blood squirting out. Okay, like, oh gosh, the vegans just got mad at me. Get ready for the hate mail. Yes, I eat chicken. You should have seen what I made for dinner last night. Anyway, we're talking about time, and we're talking about how, wow, it can just slip away right out of the palm of our hands. It just slips through kind of like water, like trying to hold water. There it goes. It went. Oh, man, it's gone. And then pretty soon, it's not a week that passes. It's not a month that passes, but it's 10 years that just passed, and you're still not doing what you want to do. That's got to stop today. It does. It has to stop today. You can become more efficient with your time. You can learn the skill, and you can also learn the secrets of time. There literally is a method. There's like a formula to stretch time. And here's the proof. Come on, think about it. Have you ever noticed that, billionaires have been allotted only 24 hours in a day? Huh? Yeah, Bill Gates only got 24 hours in a day. Steve Jobs, that's all he got too while he was here on this planet. He only got 24 hours in a day. And that's all you get, and that's all I get. We get 24 hours in a day, but have you ever noticed that some people are much more efficient with their time? Let me give you an example. Some people get up in the morning and, they're running around like a ping-pong ball, as we just heard from Jamie from Mississippi. A ping-pong ball moving through the day and looks and goes, I didn't get anything done. I don't want you to live your life like that. I don't. Set appointments for the tasks. Follow those appointments. Don't allow anything else into those appointments, and bada boom, bada bing, you start getting those things done. So I'm taking your call live right now, 844-200-3264. Again, that's 844-200-3264. And by the way, if you got some friends or family members that you feel like it's important, they feel like they're just busy all the time, they're not having any fun, they're not spending time with family, they are wasting time all over the place, just secretly just say, hey, Dani Johnson's talking about a very important topic. I hear you say all the time that you don't have the time. Well, she's helping us today on her show stretch our time, find time, stealing time away from things that don't matter and putting it into things that actually do. So spread the news right now on Facebook. Our Facebook page is Dani Johnson Live. You can just repost the post that we put up there telling people about the show. So share that post and get on Twitter or Instagram or whatever it is that you got with your social media. Even text some people and let them know, because today actually has a potential for saving some marriages, saving some money for sure, and helping life to be so much more fulfilling, especially when we look at these statistics that 70% of the people are just too busy. They just spend all their time in busyness, and they're sacrificing fun, family, health, friends, hobbies, just leading a boring life as far as I'm concerned. Okay, I'm taking your call right now. I've got Michelle from Kansas City, Missouri. Michelle, welcome to the Dani Johnson Show.
Hi, Dani. How are you?
I'm doing awesome on purpose.
That is fantastic. I am so thrilled. I'm so thrilled. Yeah, I actually, you posted this on Facebook yesterday, and, and what I had said is time seems to be going faster as each day goes by. And the reason why I made that observation is because I'm in, one of the things I do is I sell Medicare insurance to senior citizens, and that is the most common thing that I get from them is, enjoy each moment, because as you get older, time goes by faster.
It does.
And so with that, I think about that a lot. I'm reminded of that a lot when I speak to older people.
Yep.
And what I've made the decision to do is I made the decision, and I know that this is something that we've talked about a lot, or I hear you talk about a lot, but gratitude. Yes. When I shift my focus on being grateful for what I have, shifting your focus from, instead of focusing on your lack of abundance, instead of focusing on what you have, it does something to me where when I'm practicing the attitude of gratitude, I'm a happier person, and it does strengthen my relationship, in my marriage.
Yes.
And, I don't focus on what I don't have, but I focus on what I do have. Does that make sense?
Totally. In fact, last night, this is really interesting. I've lived that way for a lot of years. I had to, because I was such a negative person. I was negative Nelly, big time, or negative nerd. I really was. It was terrible. And my mind was so consumed with constant condemning thoughts about myself, or condemning thoughts about my husband, or condemning thoughts about what my parents did to me, or what the church did to me, whatever. I mean, I just had so many terrible thoughts running through my head. And one of the ways that I fixed that is I began to just focus on one good thing. And the next day I'd add another good thing. And it's kind of like this, what we call a Sprouts journal. And a sprout is recognizing what is going right, any kind of progress, and really celebrating that, because sprouts have to be nourished and fed and celebrated, protected. And so anyway, just last night, because I love what you said. Last night, I was in the midst of cooking dinner, which was bonus time because I didn't have to. My family's out of town right now, so all I have is my daughter-in-law at home for dinner time, and I invited my spiritual daughter over, and I made one of my favorite meals. I was craving. It's called chicken adobo. Well, the chicken adobo has to cook for 30 minutes in a pressure cooker, and it just kind of sits there on the stove. So everything else was already completed. We're just waiting for the chicken to get done. So then I go into my closet, and I'm going to start packing for an event that I'm doing this weekend. And right when I came back through, I had to grab something from the kitchen. I start smelling that chicken adobo, and here I just started praising my God. Lord, thank you so much for the ability to cook. Thank you, Lord God Almighty, for the smells. Thank you that my family has had this recipe for 3 generations. Thank you for the Filipino that lived next to my grandmother that gave her this recipe. I'm serious. I just kept overflowing with absolute gratitude. Thank you, Lord, for the farmers that grew the chicken. Thank you for amino brags, for us, to soy sauce substitutes, because I don't want to put GMOs in my body. Thank you for the brown rice. Thank you for my garden producing all of these green beans are going to go inside my belly. No joke. It's incredible how that just, I don't know, it just makes you feel so good. It just makes you...
And
it does.
It squeezes out any of the negativity that you might be feeling, because it seems like negativity, it's so funny because you can be getting compliments all day long. And the one thing that you're going to remember is the one negative comment you heard.
Yep. It's true. It's so, and by the way, and all that's a waste of time, because what we focus on is what flourishes. And by the way, my spiritual daughter had come over that night. She had some challenges at work that day, and she was very, very heavy. So I just turned on the gratitude. Ooh, I can't wait to eat this. Oh, Lord, thank you so much for this. And I'm telling you, it took maybe 30 minutes, and all of a sudden her attitude completely shifted. She doesn't even know that happened. Because honestly, a waste of time is being sad or mad or upset or frustrated. Like you said, time runs by us very, very fast, and that's the truth. And most people spend too much time upset. They waste too much time frustrated. They waste too much time mad as a hornet and want someone to pay for it. Or they spend too much time heavy. You know what I mean? Just gloom, doom, heavy. Ew. right? It's a waste of time. But gratitude, I think, extends the time. I completely forgot about what happened that day at work, actually. I completely forgot about anything that was going on that day. I was just, oh, thank you, Lord, that I can cook this stuff. Okay, we're going to move on because now I'm getting hungry. I do have 3 chicken thighs left. Stay away from my fridge. Stay away from my fridge. Okay, I've got Allison from Chicago, Illinois. Welcome to the Dani Johnson Show.
Hi, how are you?
Good.
Good. My question is, I recently started my own business, and I'm a single mom, and I struggle with coming from my 9-to-5 job while I'm trying to get my business going, coming home, doing my work for my business, and then when I'm spending time with my family, the callbacks are just coming in, pouring in, and I struggle with putting that away to spend the time with my family or having the mommy guilt because I'm trying to focus on the business to get the business going. So
okay.
It's a struggle every day.
Yes, I completely understand, Allison. And let me speak into that really quickly. Number one, you must not have gotten a hold of our system, Time Secrets, yet.
No, I haven't gotten that far yet. I've done the
girlfriend.
I've done some of the things. I'm reading a book now, but I haven't done that one yet.
Oh, girl, this is going to be your lifesaver. I am fishing out to you right now what is that thing, when someone's drowning, they fell off the boat and they're drowning in the water?
The life preserver.
Yeah, that'd be the life preserver. Can you see the donut? It's coming at you right now. Here it is, honey. Honey, let me tell you something. Especially as a single mom, all right? Especially as a single mom. Those babies are growing up so fast. Okay, I'm getting on the other side of this thing. I only got 2 of the 5 kids left at home. They are 16 and they are 15. They are hairy with deep voices. They are taller than both my husband and myself. Okay, they got big old giant muscles. They got the hairiest legs and thighs you've ever seen in your life. I'm telling you, what I would do to see one of them pulling up next to a tree with his little chonies down, trying to aim for some bark because he has to relieve himself. I would do anything to turn back the hands of time and take advantage of that moment. I'll answer your question when we return right after this short break.
Advice, solutions, a beacon of hope. Stay tuned for more of The Dani Johnson Show.
Okay, if you know me at all, I don't want you spending a penny more than you have to on anything. This is one of those things. If you're a business owner and take credit cards, you're paying too much unless you're working with my friend Kevin at Prestige Merchant Solutions. He's so confident that if he can't save you money, he'll pay you $100. Listen, if you're accepting payment by credit cards, check it out. 850-200-0709. That's 850-200-0709. Kevin guarantees 5-star service. He guarantees he'll save you money and he'll pay you $100 if he can't. No risk, right? So what are you waiting for? Call today. It's quick to change your current service, incredibly reliable, 24/7 support, and payments are processed quickly. Tell him Dani sent you. There's nothing to lose. Call 850-200-0709. 850-200-0709. Stop overpaying today. Is God calling you to the entertainment industry? Do you want to rise for Him? Do you want to be an actor, model, singer, or dancer and shine for God? Do you think the world needs better role models? Do you want to be a star for the Most High God? Actors, models, and talent for Christ is coming to a city near you. A new generation of Christian performers is rising. Call 800-STAR-420 or go to amtcaudition.com. God gave you talent for a reason, and that is to shine for Him. So we are searching for actors, models, singers, and dancers. Go to amtcaudition.com to find out when and where the next free audition will be held. Entertainment is the best opportunity for Christians to change the world, and the time is now. Are you ready for that call? 800-STAR-420 or go to amtcaudition.com. That's actors, models, and talent for Christ. Register for your audition today.
Helping you get a grip on your priorities and your focus. The Dani Johnson Show. Here's Dani Johnson.
Have you ever had somebody say to you, hold on to those moments because they're just going to disappear so fast? I remember when my kids were young, the older people, the ones that were in their 30s and 40s. Perspective is something, isn't it? But yeah, those people that were in their late 30s and 40s would say, just hold on, Dani, to those moments because they're going to go by so fast and you're going to wish that it didn't pass you. I'm telling you, wow, are they telling the truth? They were so telling the truth, especially now that our kids are, wow, adults. I got 3 adult married children. How I wish we were all back at the table. How I wish, yes, Roman was sitting in the high chair throwing the food on the floor again. How I wish Micah was painting the walls next to his crib with his poopy diaper. How I wish I could go back to that. But the fact is that those times are gone. So, but how do we live our lives to where we are not allowing busyness to rob us from quality time with our family, quality time having fun, traveling and vacationing? How can we live our lives by design instead of by default? I'm taking your call live. If you've got questions concerning that, 844-200-3264. Do you feel like it's passing you by too fast and you're not accomplishing much? It's because you need to learn time secrets. You need to learn time secrets. It's so powerful. I've got Allison from Chicago that's called in. She asked that very question. She's a single mom. She has a full-time job, and she has started a business trying to get ahead financially, but how do I do it without feeling guilty? Allison, again, I had to learn it the hard way. I had a beating of my lifetime when I was 25 years old with a nervous breakdown, a heart attack at 24. I was working 100 hours a week, completely neglecting my family, and I hated my husband. We were about to be divorced, which meant I was going to be divorced for the second time. And it was because I didn't understand the power of time. I didn't understand how to get time working for me. I didn't understand the secrets that time has all rolled up in it and how to multiply my time. And I learned how to do that from somebody, and it cost me thousands of dollars to learn this particular skill set. And it took me a couple years to learn it, but it doesn't need to cost you thousands of dollars. And by the way, you're not going to figure it out on your own, Allison. Because if you could figure it out on your own, you would have done that already.
Exactly.
So, Allison,
I tried.
How long do you want to continue to try to figure it out on your own?
I'm thinking probably not very long.
I'm thinking that today is a good day to stop that strategy because it's not going to help you get ahead financially. In fact, what it will do is it will raise kids who will resent work and they will resent money because they will have felt neglected and replaced by work and money. This is why we have this whole generation that now is somewhere in their 20s who are very entitled. They feel like mom and dad should pay for their college. They feel like mom and dad should buy them a new car. They feel like mom and dad should pay for their rent. They feel like mom and dad should still be paying for their cell phone bill. They feel like mom and dad should be able to take them on a vacation even though they're 28. No joke. And the reason why they feel this way is they feel that something is to be owed to them because chances are mom and dad sacrificed the kids, gave birth, put the kid in a daycare, let the system of daycare and school raise the child. No family time, no time around the dinner table, too many activities, nobody ever together, mom and dad always working, sometimes 1 or 2 jobs. And it was all for what? Bigger house, nicer cars. In your case, hello, I got to put food on the table for my children. I'm a single mom. So there has to be balance. There has to be priorities. And again, I learned this the hard way, Allison. Certainly don't hear this as a, wow, holier than thou. I got it all figured out. I've been practicing time secrets for 18 and a half years. On 20 hours a week, Allison, 20 hours a week, I've made millions upon millions upon millions of dollars for the last 18 and a half years on 20 hours a week. And when I found out about how to run time secrets, I was broke. I had lost everything. I was broke. So I started from zero. Not only started from zero, but I started from a major tax debt. I started from a failing company. I started from a place of losing all of my clients and having to restart again, but saying, I'm not going to sacrifice everything for money and business anymore. And so I shrunk my hours back down to 20 hours a week and became very efficient with my time. I prioritized everything. And on 20 hours a week, I tripled my income on 20 hours a week. Did you hear me? 20 hours.
That would be great.
Right? So you can learn how to do that. And by the way, with whatever that business is that you have, on 10 hours a week, you should be able to generate a great income as long as you understand how to get time working for you and how to increase skill set so that you don't waste time. So it's really important you learn how to do that. You'll find it on our website, DaniJohnson.com. It's in the product section. Time secrets.
I will check it out.
Yeah.
I just got grooming the next generation to start with my daughter. So
Oh my
we're
gosh,
be working on
I'm
that too.
so proud of you, girl. These two things work beautifully together. They are seamlessly and work beautifully together. It's going to blow your mind because that's actually going to help your daughter come into understanding of what mommy is working towards and to where you guys will segregate time and maximize the relationship as well as give you time to be able to build that business that you're building, which in all reality, you're building it to provide a better life for your daughter, which I think is awesome. I'm excited for you. I really am. You're going to do very, very, very well. Yeah. No more trying to figure it out on your own. There's no need to. There's wise counsel right in front of your face, and there's a way to learn the same exact skills I learned. And thousands, we're talking thousands and thousands of people who use that and have completely raised their income just in understanding how to manage their time differently. So I'm excited for you. You're going to have to write me and tell me your results. Did you hear me?
I sure will. Or maybe I'll run into you at a First Steps because I'm going to get there.
Yes, that would be wise. That would be really wise. All right, God bless you, girl. Okay, well, yeah. I don't know. Come on, I want you to stop, pause, and rewind for just one moment, okay? Just for 1 minute, and just ask yourself, hey, is the life I'm living really the one I want to live? Is this what I set out to do? Where am I putting my time? Because you know what? What you feed will flourish, what you neglect will die. And so when you feed distractions, they flourish in your life. They do. They steal time away from you like a thief in the night. They steal it away from you. Come on, Facebook might be one of your biggest thieves. Seriously. Now, if you want Facebook to make you money and you're using Facebook for a business thing, then you better learn those skills, like what we taught in Social Media Empire. Okay, those are specific skill sets that'll teach you how to make Facebook make you money. But outside of that, if you're just catching up on gossip and you do that for 3 hours at night and you do that or do it for an hour at night before you go to bed, and then pretty soon it's like, oh no, it's 1 o'clock in the morning and I'm still doing this. It's got to be forming some brand new habits so that you don't live life by default. Come on, when it's all said and done, you want to be, okay, well, I spent a lot of time on social media. Really? Or a lot of time watching TV, right? And watching television that's just mindless entertainment versus something like this is actually helping you to improve your life. That's what the Dani Johnson Show is all about, Every day, we're bringing you challenges, strategies, and new skills to help you improve your family, your fun, your business, your finances. This is Dani Johnson. We'll continue with more right after this.
In a world of broken promises, we're here to help you through life. The Dani Johnson Show. No excuses, no blaming, just real life. Stay tuned for more of The Dani Johnson Show.
Dani Johnson here, and you're listening to The Dani Johnson Show with tens of thousands of people just like you. People thinking about what you think about, talking about what you talk about, and needing the same products and services you need. It's a place where like-minded consumers gather, savvy business owners, marketing directors, and responsive individuals making significant buying decisions. From consumer home goods and services to business products, people just like you needing the same things you need. They shouldn't be buying your product and service or doing business with your company. I'd love to help. To find out how to advertise on this show, email info@intelerep.com. That's info@INTELEREP.com or call 251-928-9400. That's info@intelerep.com or 251-928-9400.
You tell yourself that life isn't that bad. You relish the small pleasures. Drive-through coffee, big screen TV, vacations bought on credit cards. But that's as good as life gets unless you take a leap of faith. This is millionaire author, radio and television show host Dani Johnson, inviting you to join me for 2 days where you will acquire the skills to make the life you crave a reality. Call now 844-200-DANI or visit firststepstosuccess.com.
Helping you get a grip on your priorities and your focus. The Dani Johnson Show. Here's Dani Johnson.
This is Dani Johnson. Welcome to hour 2 of the Dani Johnson Show. Do you find yourself in that place where, man, where's all the time going? What just happened? A week just flew by. A year, gosh, right? A year just flew. Do you realize what month this is? We're more than halfway done with the year. Hello, isn't this crazy? It just seems like it's a locomotive, that time seems to be a locomotive working against us and certainly not for us. That's how I used to feel 18 and a half years ago, where I was working 100 hours a week, did not know my children. I was neglecting my family. I was neglecting my husband, which was about to result into a second divorce, which was going to be awful, terrible, hellish. All I ever wanted to be was a mom. That's it. I didn't want to be an author. I didn't see myself as a speaker, a business person, a radio and television show, none of that stuff. That was not on my list of things to do. However, on 20 hours a week, because I learned the secrets of time, on 20 hours a week, been able to generate and make millions of dollars. I've been able to travel all over the world. On 20 hours a week, build multiple businesses, build successful multi-million-dollar corporations, employed many people, as well as feed tens of thousands all over the world, 10,000 orphans every single month, helping the poor, helping the needy, the sick, as well as the elderly, as well as helping kids get out of the sex trade, all on 20 hours a week. I bet you want to know how in the world that happens. The Family and Work Institute reported that 89% of Americans say work-life balance is a problem, and 54% says that it is a significant problem. Most people are having a big challenge today in today's world with having enough time to spend with family. They're having enough time with those very important relationships. And I'll tell you what, if we were to fast forward, okay, I want you to just kind of look ahead a little bit. If you continue to sacrifice the family for your fortune, what kind of problems will you be encountering in the future? What kind of heartbreaks will you be encountering in the future? I'm taking your call live right now, 844-200-3264. Again, that's 844-200-DANI. Do you find that life is going too fast? Do you need help learning to manage your time? Are you in a place right now that you don't want it to keep flying by you, but that you need some strategies, as well as maybe some new skill sets, some advice for your life? Well, that's why you're here on the Dani Johnson Show. I've got line 4. We have Paige from West Virginia. Paige, welcome to the Dani Johnson Show. What can we do for you today?
Hi, Dani. Thank you for having me on.
Sure.
Awesome. I definitely have some time issues, and I'm a stay-at-home mom, and my husband works outside of the house, and I also have a home-based business, which at one time was doing awesome, and now it's dwindling, and I just feel like I'm enslaved to it, but I don't want to stop doing it because I love the mission, and I'm passionate about doing it, and I don't want my husband to be the only breadwinner of the house. I want to help him with that, too. So I want to do all these things, but I'm just, like the lady said before, a ping-pong ball. That's where I'm at right now. And
well, let me help you with that. 1 second, okay? Number one, I'm going to challenge you on 2 things that you spoke. One is I don't want my husband to be the only breadwinner in the family.
Mm-hmm.
Why? Did he ask you to help out and make money for the family?
No.
Okay. Just checking. Just checking. when the wife kind of takes it upon herself, it's really funny. I got to tell you this quick story. I have this girlfriend named Angela. She's an incredible photographer. She shoots the events, First Steps to Success in Creating a Dynasty. She's a volunteer at those events, professional photographer. She does amazing work. Her husband makes a lot of money. He's in the oil business. I mean, he makes a lot of money. And she has, through the years, gotten to all these different types of businesses, started all these different types of things, and on top of her photography business. And again, her photography business is out of her creativity, her love for shooting people and capturing emotion and stuff like that. And what was interesting is that her and I happened to be on a business consulting call, and I asked her the question. She's like, Dani, I got to figure out how to make this business work, and and I'm all stressed out, and I'm homeschooling my 4 kids, and what do I do? And I said, first of all, did your husband ask you to make more money? She's like, just like you, Paige. No. But I just want to relieve him. I want to relieve him of the financial pressure. I said, can you tell me how much he makes? And she told me I about fell over. What? He makes that much money? Joe makes that much money? Oh my gosh, girlfriend. She's like, yeah. I said, so you actually think that you somehow need to help him out financially? Well, yeah, we have this debt and we're kind of under this pressure of this debt. And I just want to help him out any way that I can. I said, Angela, sometimes when a wife just takes it upon herself to stress herself out on top of homeschooling her 4 kids and have like 2 or 3 businesses on the side, I said, that actually makes your husband feel like he's not doing something right. That actually makes your husband feel like not a man, that he's not providing enough for his wife, that his wife is taking it upon herself, that somehow she needs to go make more because what he's making is certainly not enough. I said, but on that income, there's no reason, okay, $350,000 a year. I said, there's no reason why you can't be saving at least $200,000 every single year by not spending all that your husband is making. So why don't we work on that? Why don't we work on making the bank account grow, the bank balance grow every month by what you are not spending money on? She's like, I never thought of that. I said, honey, in 10 years, you'll have $1 million saved. How do you think that'll help your husband feel? Versus your husband is slave dogging himself for a huge income, and he's feeling like it's not enough for his wife. But his wife is spending all this money. And you're the one in control in the household of writing the check for the bills, the electric bill, the mortgage, the this and the that. And so I said, if you stop spending that extra $200,000 a year, I'm pretty confident you guys could live really comfortably on $150,000 a year. And I'm pretty sure you could pay off that debt. But guess what? They paid off all of their debt in 18 months, $200,000. Okay? They have given hundreds of thousands of dollars away, and they now have a crazy amount of cash in the bank. What do you think her husband's feeling like now? Paige, that's the first thing I'm going to crack your head with. That's the first. Did you feel the hammer?
No, I've never thought of it that way ever.
It's the truth. When the wife complains about money, when she says we don't have enough, the fact is that we're saying to our husbands, he isn't doing enough, and what he's providing is enough. And then I don't know what God you serve. I don't know if it's Buddha or Xing Tao. I don't know what God you serve, Baal or the Most High God of Israel. But it's also saying to the God that created you that what he's providing is not enough. And that is not the combination lock on the vault to financial blessing.
Okay.
Gratitude.
Wow, Dani, I've never heard this before. This is awesome.
Gratitude is the combination lock on the vault of blessing. It's gratitude. And number 2, the rest of the combination is being really faithful and frugal with the little things. So force the bank account to grow by what you're not spending money on. Right? Because if he brings in $5,000 at the beginning of the month and the end of the month, the bank balance is exactly the same as it was at the beginning of the month, the wife is screwing something up, number 1. Number 2, that home-based business, the reason why it's not flourishing right now, honey, is because you're under pressure. And when you're under pressure to perform, you don't perform. So when you put yourself under this financial pressure because for some reason you somehow decided to put that jacket on, well, then what do you have? I gotta make this work. I gotta force this to happen. I gotta make this work. No, you don't. Come on. Set aside 10 hours a week. Give it your best bet only in those 10 hours. And then when those 10 hours are done, if it's 2 hours a day or if it's 3 hours, 3 days a week, you'll be done with it. You turn the business brain off, you get back to your duties with your family, and it is not the highest priority in your life, and money is not your highest priority in your life. You understand me, young lady?
I hear you. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thanks so much for listening to the show. Hey, maybe you should go share this show with somebody. Get on Facebook and go, oh my gosh, you're not going to believe what I just heard on the Dani Johnson Show. Facebook and Twitter, share it out with people. Share the posts that's from our website, okay, so that people can get the same kind of help you just got, all right? Because I know some freedom just came over yourself. Yeah.
Yes, thank you so much.
God bless you. All right, yeah. Why do us women have to do so many dumb things? Seriously. Why do we have to be so stupid sometimes? Okay, I've got Chris from Pennsylvania. Welcome to the Dani Johnson Show.
Hello.
Hi. You probably liked what I said to the last caller. Especially my last comment is, why do us women have to make some stupid decisions? You're like, yeah. You better not say that, Chris.
Well, I wouldn't say anything like that. No.
That's awesome. All right. So what's your issue with managing that time of yours? Where does it seem to slip away right out of your fingers?
Well, the thing that I think you posted this question, something like that.
Yeah.
Your biggest frustration was time. And the first thing that came to my mind was when I have a client that sends me 30 hours of work and they need it tomorrow morning.
Don't you love that?
Yeah, it's great. Great fun.
Okay, now, Chris, what do you do in that situation?
I'll do it. I'll take that as a per client, per project need, depending on who it is and what the project is. Not frequently, but I have done, all-nighters to get something done for a client. But then other times I just say, you know what, your procrastination isn't my emergency, and so...
That's such a good Facebook post, dude.
And you'll get it back in 2 days. I don't tell them that necessarily. But.
I can't say that on the air. That's a burner. I can say that. That's a burner. Chris, stay with me for just 1 minute. We got to take a quick break, but I want to speak into that, okay? My hunch was that you have pulled some all-nighters. But let's talk about some solutions, some skill sets, some communication skill sets that perhaps can set it up to where you're not having that happen as much, okay? Hold on. Just stay with me right now. I'm going to go ahead and address those two issues right after this.
No contrite cliches. No bull. Just a real focus on life.
The Dani Johnson Show.
What she says comes straight from the heart. You can't make this stuff up. The Dani Johnson Show.
Okay, if you know me at all, I don't want you spending a penny more than you have to on anything. This is one of those things. If you're a business owner and take credit cards, you're paying too much unless you're working with my friend Kevin at Prestige Merchant Solutions. He's so confident that if he can't save you money, he'll pay you $100. Listen, if you're accepting payment by credit cards, check it out. 850-200-0709. That's 850-200-0709. Kevin guarantees 5-star service. He guarantees he'll save you money, and he'll pay you $100 if he can't. No risk, right? So what are you waiting for? Call today. It's quick to change your current service, incredibly reliable, 24/7 support, and payments are processed quickly. Tell him Dani sent you. There's nothing to lose. Call 850-200-0709. 850-200-0709. Stop overpaying today.
Radio talk show host Dani Johnson in Kadwa, Haiti.
Hi, I'm Dani Johnson, and I'm here with Vida in her tiny little home. This home is the size of many people's closets in the United States of America. Now, we're sitting on a bed, just a piece of sheet or plastic that these beautiful babies sleep on. They have nothing. This family has nothing. No water, no food, nothing. Won't you do something? The Bible says that if you ignore the cry of the poor, then you too will cry and be ignored. They're not asking for nice clothes. They're asking for food. That's it. Food, water. You can help. We want to build her a home. We want to bring water, clean, fresh water here. But we can't do it alone. We need you.
Help us radically change a community. Go to kingsransom.org to make your donation to Kadwa, Haiti. That's kingsransom.org.
With all the changes happening in healthcare, Christians want to know, is there any option that's God-honoring, affordable, and acceptable under the law? The answer is Medishare. It's not insurance. It's a nationwide community of believers who share each other's medical bills. Unlike individual insurance plans, which are now required to cover the morning after pill, your healthcare dollars never pay for things that go against your beliefs. There's no enrollment period, so you could sign up anytime. You choose your doctors from America's largest provider network. And yes, it's affordable. Family options average around $300 a month. Medishare is healthcare Christians can believe in.
Learn how thousands of Christians can help you save on your health care. For your free information guide, call 855-90-BIBLE. Not available in Montana. Medishare, affordable biblical health care. Call 855-90-BIBLE. That's 855-90-BIBLE.
Is God calling you to the entertainment industry? Do you want to rise for Him? Do you want to be an actor, model, singer, or dancer and shine for God? Do you think the world needs better role models? Do you want to be a star for the Most High God? Actors, models, and talent for Christ is coming to a city near you. A new generation of Christian performers is rising. Call 800-STAR-420 or go to amtcaudition.com. God gave you talent for a reason, and that is to shine for Him. So we are searching for actors, models, singers, and dancers. Go to amtcaudition.com to find out when and where the next free audition will be held. Entertainment is the best opportunity for Christians to change the world, and the time is now. Are you ready for that call? 800-STAR-420 or go to amtcaudition.com. That's actors, models, and talent for Christ. Register for your audition today. Dani Johnson here, and you're listening to The Dani Johnson Show with tens of thousands of people just like you. People thinking about what you think about, talking about what you talk about, and needing the same products and services you need. It's a place where like-minded consumers gather, savvy business owners, marketing directors, and responsive individuals making significant buying decisions. From consumer home goods and services to business products, people just like you needing the same things you need. They should be buying your product and service or doing business with your company. I'd love to help. To find out how to advertise on this show, email info@intelerep.com. That's info@INTELEREP.com or call 251-928-9400. That's info@intelerep.com or 251-928-9400.
Now, more of the Dani Johnson Show.
Your procrastination is not my emergency. That's what Chris just finished saying. As he has these clients who send him work and give him it takes 30 hours of work to get it done, but they give him a deadline of tomorrow morning. I love that. Your procrastination is not now my emergency. Oh, that's such a good Facebook post. Isn't that sad, Chris, that people that procrastinate, and I've got a couple of them in my life, procrastinators have no idea the price they're causing others to pay. They have absolutely no idea. They have no idea how their life that has been spun out of control, and therefore they're procrastinating, waiting to the last minute, how many other people's lives it is connected to the work they were supposed to get done that can't be done because that one person procrastinated. That results eventually into someone getting fired or losing a client. But let's address this. Okay, so Chris, you get some people that do this to you, and then you said you've pulled a few all-nighters. That, Chris, first of all, are you married? Do you have kids?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, what did you just say? Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Chris,
Yeah.
Chris, what's your middle name?
James.
Christopher James? Did you just have the hair on your back stand up? Did you just hear your mom? Christopher James! Christopher, no. That is not going to work. That is unacceptable. And by the way, if you told me you were single, I'm still going to say the same thing. Christopher James! It's not acceptable. You are not your client's slave.
Well, although when I pull an all-nighter, it doesn't mean when I get done in the morning I go to sleep. I just stay up the rest of the day and go to sleep at the regular time the next day.
Oh, which makes Daddy so patient and so loving. And that makes the husband, so understanding of his wife. Chris, really? That doesn't justify anything. You know that you're a crab apple when you don't get any sleep. I'm a crab apple if I don't get any sleep. It doesn't pull the best out of you or anybody else. So, buddy, how many years you want to do this?
How many years?
Mm-hmm.
Less than I've done already.
Mm-hmm. Because I don't know if you realize this, but you've already cut your life shorter.
Mm-hmm.
You have. You cut your life shorter. You've put a ding on your health. You've put some stress on the marriage and some stress on the kids. And pretty soon they're all going to be gone. Those kids are going to be gone, long gone. And you're going to wish you had not pulled the all-nighters. So here's the deal. Don't work in your own strength. Don't work in your own wisdom. You see, the clients that do that to you know that you don't respect your own life. You don't respect your wife or your kids. So you've taught them it's okay to procrastinate with Chris. It's okay to give him a 30-hour deadline by tomorrow morning. It's okay that I call upon him in the middle of the night and he'll get it done because he doesn't care about spending time with his wife. He doesn't care about his kids. He doesn't care about his health, and he doesn't care if he cuts his life off short, and he certainly doesn't care if he doesn't have a life. Because I'm his slave driver. Dude, I used to live like that. I used to live like that. You know, I used to be one of those fools that said, hey, you got my cell phone number. Anytime you can call me, I'll respond. Oh my gosh, you know how many real estate agents say that? They're so stupid. Like, you just told me you don't have a life. You just told me you don't value yourself, you don't value your family, you don't value anything, and that you are a slave to this business. I don't want to work with somebody like that. So this is what you say. Up front, when you're bidding those jobs, up front, this is what you say. Even if you have a contract, it's going to be something super small, that says, if the deadline isn't met, then the appropriate time, if it's 30 hours, you can give the example, it is actually going to be appointed in those 30 hours. And if the deadline isn't met by you, then the deadline is now pushed for the completion of it by the amount of days that you are not delivering it. So before they've procrastinated, they'll agree to that. And hold it. And you could also add an extra service fee. Right? You can add an extra service fee because your time that's been wasted while you were waiting for them, right? Last week, you were supposed to get these documents so you could pick it up and work. Well, you lost that week of production. So therefore, now there's going to be a service fee for the lost hours and the lost time that was in the calendar was set apart for this particular project. So you tell them up front they're going to get dinged financially. Number two, you tell them that now the project, because of their lack of delivering it when they're supposed to, is now going to go to a different time. You are not their slave. So set it up front and manage your time and start living instead of being lived through somebody else's life. Not your job, dude. Chris, I'm so proud of you for listening. I'm so proud of you for responding. Thank you so much for calling in. This is Dani Johnson. We're going to continue with more of the Dani Johnson Show and you get in control over your life right after this.
What you see is what you get. What you hear is real. This is not a test. It's real life and how to deal with what comes at you every day.
Yeah.
This is the Dani Johnson Show.
Radio talk show host Dani Johnson in Kadwa, Haiti.
Hi, I'm Dani Johnson, and I'm here with Vida in her tiny little home. This home is the size of many people's closets in the United States of America. Now, we're sitting on a bed, just a piece of sheet or plastic that these beautiful babies sleep on. They have nothing. This family has nothing. No water, no food, nothing. Won't you do something? The Bible says that if you ignore the cry of the poor, then you too will cry and be ignored. They're not asking for nice clothes. They're asking for food. That's it. Food, water. You can help. We want to build her a home. We want to bring water, clean, fresh water here. But we can't do it alone. We need you.
Help us radically change a community. Go to kingsransom.org to make your donation to Kadwa, Haiti. That's kingsransom.org.
Ever wondered how to advertise on the Dani Johnson Show with tens of thousands of people just like you listening, thinking about the things you do, talking about the things you do, and needing products and services you need? Savvy business owners and marketing directors advertise on the Dani Johnson Show. Advertise your products or services on the Dani Johnson Show. Email info@intellerep.com or call 251-928-9400. 251-928-9400.
Improving the quality of your life. The Dani Johnson Show.
I love it.
You know, recently I've kind of seen this trend that's been happening in our country. And it actually has been said that Americans work harder than most other citizens in other nations. Now, if you just heard that statement, you're like, yeah, go America. Well, we also have a very high divorce rate. We also have, I don't know, like $14 trillion in consumer debt and over $17 trillion in government debt. So I don't know what in the world we're working on, but we're certainly not working on being financially responsible. We are certainly not working on taking care of our family relationships. We also have major causes of death, and we also have a huge part of the population that's on antidepressants. So I don't know. I don't know if this is really all that wise of being the hardest working people. I don't know if it's really producing the kind of results that we are personally looking for as a person, as a family member, as a community person, as a nation. In fact, check this survey out. Sage software survey found that the average work week is 54 hours, and only 14% of full-time workers actually only work 40 hours or less. Did you hear me? That means that the people who are supposed to be working 40 hours a week are most of them, okay, because it's only 14% that actually only work 40 hours or less. Hello? Only 14%. So that tells us that we have 86% of the people are putting in an extra 10, 14, 20 hours a week in their work week. Wow. And where is that time coming from? Right? Where's that time coming from? So we're talking about, we're talking about how we're living our lives and how we're managing our time and whether or not this is really, really wise. Let me read you what Jamie wrote on Facebook. This is a comment that came in. He wrote, I have plenty of time. My problem is the lack of organization and follow through. I waste most of my day. It is frustrating at the end of the day when you feel like you have been busy and yet nothing has been accomplished. That's how a lot of people feel out there today. And the reason is they don't understand that they can live their life by design instead of live it by default. I didn't understand. By the time I was 24, I had a heart attack. 25, I had a nervous breakdown. But that next year after those two horrible things, I lived my life completely different. And I didn't care what fell apart. I'm serious. I was working 100 hours a week and I didn't care. I said, I'm going to work 20 hours a week. I'm a mom. I've got kids. I've got a household to take care of. I don't care if I lose my companies. I don't care if they go broke and belly up. I don't care if I'm the laughing stock of the universe. I don't care if all my customers leave. I don't care if I get smeared with a bad reputation everywhere. I don't care. The way I've been living my life is not worth it. It's not worth it. Something has to change. And guess what? It's you. You have to change the way you're living. You have to change where your priorities are. You have to change your skill set, because what you lack in skill, you have to make up with time. And your lack of skill causes mistakes, which then you have to fix. Do you understand? And or this is something that I talk to my team about all the time, especially our management team. Oftentimes, people who are ambitious will set goals that the team cannot accomplish. And they want to perform, and they don't want to do good, and they want to get all these things done. And they give themselves 2 days to do it, or 2 weeks to do it, or 2 months to do it. And it's completely unrealistic. So I tell my team all the time, we're going to work this in a resting way. We're going to work this in peace. And if your goals or your deadlines are that of which that are too aggressive, and if everyone's totally focused and there's still no way for that to get done, then it's time to adjust your timeline. It's time to go back and redo it. Now, it's different now listen to me, procrastinators just waste time. All right. And there's a lot of people that on the job, they don't do their job. They're getting distracted with other things. So then they end up working 60 hours. And that is unacceptable. And so it's about self-discipline. It's about prioritizing. What is the 3 most important things you got to get done today? And by what time will you do them? And what appointments will you set when you will do those things? That's when you become really valuable. That's where you're feeling like, I did that. I accomplished that. But when you make a list that's too long and then you allow other distracting factors to come in, this is where Jamie, who wrote that question on Facebook or that comment on Facebook, where you feel like you've accomplished nothing. Now, several days in a row of feeling like you've accomplished nothing, where does that take you? Eventually, depression. It dings at your self-confidence every day. But what I learned to do was I learned to take tasks, put them in my appointment calendar. Okay, at 10 o'clock, I'm starting the laundry. Okay, at 11 o'clock, I'm cleaning out the cupboards. Okay, and then, or on my business day, all right, 10 o'clock, I've got a meeting with so-and-so. At 11 o'clock, I'm doing a presentation on such and such. At 12 o'clock, I'm eating. At 1 o'clock, I'm doing this, okay? So I would set these appointments in my calendar as tasks that I need to get done, because if you don't do that, set an appointment for what time you'll check email, right? Do that, and then and it's a timer. It's like for 1 hour I'll do that, or depending on how much email you have. I never set aside an hour to do email. I hate email. But you set that in your day planner, and this is the time that I have to do this. This is the time I have to do that. Get it done. It's off your list. Now you've built your confidence instead of set yourself up for failure. So I'm taking calls right now from our awesome, amazing listeners to faithful people to the Dani Johnson Show, as well as our Facebook and Twitter friends. If you haven't joined that page yet, you want to meet this awesome community. It's Dani Johnson Live. That's DANI Johnson Live. All right, so we have Veronica from California. Welcome to the Dani Johnson Show. Girl, what's going on with you and time? Where do you find yourself in this time thing?
I work full-time. I work in MLM, and I have 5 kids, and I feel like everything's just so chaotic because of procrastination. And you read a post the other day about fear causes procrastination, which causes failure.
Yep.
And leads to failure, and that's where I'm sitting right now. Things are just out of control, and I'm just trying to. If I could redo it again, it's like get on the schedule like you were just talking about.
Yep.
But it's also I'm seeing it flow over into my kids, and that's what's killing me.
Yeah. Meaning your kids have picked up this new skill called procrastination?
Exactly.
What's the oldest and youngest kid?
23 and 10.
Okay. We almost have the same ages. Almost. Mine are 27 to 15. Yeah. And they do. Isn't it terrible? They don't listen to what you say all the time, but they certainly do what you do.
Oh, definitely. Definitely. They, yeah. See me what I'm doing.
Yeah. So yes, guess what, Mommy? Guess what? Yes, there is a reset button. There is a reset button. It's time to push it. And it's time, not tomorrow, but today. As soon as you hang up the phone with me, I want you to make a list of tasks that you're going to do today. And I don't want it to be bigger than 2 because it's the afternoon.
Okay.
2 things that you're going to get done today. I want, if you have a cell phone and there's a calendar in there and that's how you do it, and you have reminders in there, or you can set appointments in there, set the appointments. At 3 o'clock, I'm doing this. At 4 o'clock, I'm doing this. I even have in my calendar what time to start dinner. Do you understand?
That's a big deal for us. No, I get that. I thought maybe that was a nut thing, like kind of crazy ideas. You have to set that for me?
No. I set appointments for doing laundry. I set appointments for packing for my next trip. I set appointments for writing out birthday cards, thank you cards, which I send over 1,000 every year. I set appointments for calling somebody. Okay, I have one of my spiritual daughters that just came back from Africa. I put an appointment to call her. I have an appointment to talk to my girlfriend Vicky, my first roommate. I put everything in my calendar with an alert telling me what time to get that thing done. Okay, but if you make a list that's too long, you're setting yourself up for failure. But if you make it, okay, I did that. Yes! You know what I mean? I did that. Yes! You know what I mean? And then, okay, wow, I've got more time. But yes, absolutely. You've got dinner prep, you got the dinner time to eat, and you got the dinner cleanup. So all of that needs to be in the schedule, and that's where you got to start. There's a reset button. Start today and start small, okay? Start small, and you can do it. Thanks so much for calling in. I've got Tiffany from Amarillo, Texas. Tiffany, welcome to the show.
Hi there. How are you?
Awesome. So what's your question concerning managing your time?
Well, I do a bunch of things. I'm a stay-at-home homeschool mom.
How many kids?
Really weird schedule.
How many kids?
We have 3. I have an 11, 8, and almost 7-year-old.
Wow.
So here's the deal. First of all, I'm so excited. I'm going to come see you in San Antonio this weekend. So life-changing. I'm ready. I'm ready to be there.
Awesome.
So I am.
That's exciting. That's exciting.
I am in a business that is, I've got a nutrition club, and I come here 3 days a week, an hour drive, and I bring my kids. And the problem I'm coming up with right now is trying to explain myself to all the people in this business.
Okay, hold on one second. We got to cut over to a real quick break. I'm going to address that issue when we continue right after this.
Don't just stand there. Soak this up. It's joy, it's encouragement, it's insight to a better life and how to meet your obligations and overcome obstacles.
The Dani Johnson Show.
This is the Dani Johnson Show.
Radio talk show host Dani Johnson in Kadwa, Haiti.
Hi, I'm Dani Johnson, and I'm here with Vida in her tiny little home. This home is the size of many people's closets in the United States of America. Now, we're sitting on a bed, just a piece of sheet or plastic that these beautiful babies sleep on. They have nothing. This family has nothing. No water, no food, nothing. Won't you do something? The Bible says that if you ignore the cry of the poor, then you too will cry and be ignored. They're not asking for nice clothes. They're asking for food. That's it. Food, water. You can help. We want to build her a home. We want to bring water, clean, fresh water here. But we can't do it alone. We need you.
Help us radically change a community. Go to kingsransom.org to make your donation to Kadwa, Haiti. That's kingsransom.org.
If you're a Christian who's paying too much for healthcare, you're going to love Medishare. It's a nationwide community of believers who share each other's medical bills. It's affordable. Families average around $300 a month, and it's accepted by America's largest network of health providers. Plus, the healthcare law has a special provision for Medishare members, so you're exempt from any tax penalties. But here's the best part. Medishare is based on the timeless principles found in God's Word. You never have to pay for things that go against your beliefs. Medishare is healthcare the way God meant it to be.
Learn how thousands of Christians can help you save on your healthcare. For your free information guide, call 855-90-BIBLE. Not available in Montana. Medishare, affordable biblical healthcare. Call 855-90-BIBLE. That's 855-90-BIBLE.
Now, more of the Dani Johnson Show.
I must govern the clock and not be governed by it. That's what Golda Meir says. So oftentimes, my friends, we allow outward things to totally control our lives, and maybe they're not so beneficial. But see, I choose to make appointments for everything that's in my life so I can actually get things done. I don't know that I so much agree with Golda Meir's quote there that I must govern the clock. Now, actually, I am governing the clock versus somebody else's clock governing me. Do you find yourself with so many things going on right now, right? You got kids, you got a job, or you've got business, you've got debt, you got stuff, financial stuff. You're trying to figure out how to dream. You got to take care of your mom, because she's elderly. You know what I'm saying? We got, wait. There's dinner to cook. There's laundry to do. Wait. I got meetings at the office. I have relationships with a person I sleep with every day. How do I make it all work? Well, I had to learn the hard way about how to make things work. We're opening our lines today and helping you, giving you advice for your life here on the Dani Johnson Show. Today, specifically about how do you make it all work? I work 20 hours a week. I have 5 children. I've been in business for 25 years. I've had several companies. We have made millions of dollars in business, and we have given away millions of dollars to orphans, to the kids in the sex trade, to the elderly, all on 20 hours a week. I bet you want to know how we do that. It has to be strategic. There were some skills I had to learn. 18 and a half years ago, I had the biggest spanking of a lifetime with a nervous breakdown and a heart attack. Since then, I learned real well how to cut my hours way back and how to make more on less time. And that all takes skill. And if you are teachable and hungry, you'll learn those skills. My phone number is 844-200-DANI. Again, that's 844-200-DANI. We've got Tiffany that was held over from the last break. Okay, so Tiffany, you have 3 kids, you're a homeschooling mother, and you have a business, and you actually take your kids along with you while you're working your business. And by the way, I think that's excellent. I really do, Tiffany, because your kids are old enough to be in a business environment. We had our kids in a business environment around those ages too, so that they could learn to communicate with adults, how to act in that environment, right? So I'd have these talks. In fact, I talked about that in Grooming the Next Generation for Success. It's a book and a home study course. But in grooming, I talk about how I had to set my kids' mind and frame their brain to look at the environment in which they were in and how to act appropriately. And I would have these what we call pre-game talks and post-game talks. This is what I'm expecting. I know you can do it. And then the post-game, this is what you did, and you did awesome. Next time, let's improve this. So anyway, a little side help on the thing with kids and putting them in a business environment. But I'm so stoked that we did that. Our kids have grown up in a business environment, and they understand entrepreneurial skills. My son at 15 bought his first house. He's a landlord. He has renters. He's on a second set of renters right now. He's now 16 and a half. He'll be 17 in September. So, you know what I mean? And all of them had saved, by the time they were 18, $20,000. Some of them have been wise with that, and others of them lost it. One has lost it because he made stupid choices with it. But the bottom line is that we've taught our kids how to be investors with raising them in this environment. So by the way, Mom, that's a homeschool class. That's part of homeschool class for your kids, which is awesome. All right, so you're saying when you have your kids with you while you're building your business, how do you explain that to your people that your clients or your prospects?
No, the people that I work with, since I'm new in the business, I need help learning it, and I feel like I have to justify to them why I'm not at everything. And if I don't justify that, I feel like they won't help me. And they
hold on, Tiffany. Have they said that to you? They say, we will not help you if you are not at everything all the time.
Well, what they say is we'll work with the people who put an effort and who show up at the training.
Oh, so you have translated that in your head that you have to be everywhere all the time.
Yes.
Oh, I'm so sorry, honey. Honey, don't make assumptions like that. You know what assumptions do, right? You kind of have to break up the word assume, and it'll tell you exactly what assumptions do.
Don't do that.
Okay, so Tiffany, let me give you some advice. Number 1, what I'm sensing is that you fear man. Number 1.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah. And number 2, you've put your hope in the people to help you. instead of you putting your hope, I don't know what God you serve. It might be Buddha. And if your God is Buddha, I would be a little worried because he's dead. But God, I don't think he can help you build your business. But I know my God can because he's still alive. So, and he's the one in charge of all the businesses. And he's the one that can actually multiply your time and multiply your ability to learn quicker. Number 3. It's time to have a conversation with the people you're trying to get help with, and this is what you're going to say. You're going to say, I so appreciate that you are willing to help me, and I so appreciate your patience, and I want to be here for the long haul, and I want to build a dynamic company. And the way I'm going to be here for the long haul, and the way I'm going to be able to build a dynamic company is if I manage my time well now. I'm a homeschooling mother, and I'm excited to be able to build this business right alongside my children. And I also don't want to burn myself out as I have done those kinds of things in the past. So here is my commitment. These are my hours that I have set aside to work that business. And if I can get the calendar of what the events are, then I can go ahead and make adjustments in there whenever it is appropriate. But these are the hours I'm going to be able to work, and I'm going to ask you if you have the kind of leadership that you're willing to invest into me and show me what I need to know in order to move forward when I'm making this commitment of X amount of hours and these times that I can build my business.
Okay.
There you go. Can you do that?
How to get on to baking everything the Pioneer Woman bakes. That's really my goal, is to be a wannabe Pioneer Woman.
Yes.
To make all of her recipes.
And you can, as long as you learn to manage your time well and create very healthy boundaries. Healthy boundaries are most important. Otherwise, Mama, you're going to burn yourself out, and then you'll end up quitting. And you will have wasted all that money, and you would have wasted all that time, and then you're going to be sad, and then you're going to lose confidence, and then you're going to be mad, and then you're going to be afraid to try something new again. So don't go down that road. Prepare in advance by managing your time, having the appropriate conversations, and no longer making assumptions. This is Dani Johnson. You're listening to Dani Johnson Show. It's advice for your life. And no excuses, just results. That's the important thing, friend, is that you do not create excuses, but instead you produce results. And you got to do it within the right boundaries. See, that was my problem in the beginning, as I had none. So when you give yourself, for example, and I see this a lot in single people especially, and I see this a lot in ambitious people who are very ambitious that want to please somebody else. Well, when they want to do that, they then break the boundaries. They do. They violate the family boundaries. They violate the health boundaries. They violate all the boundaries. And wow, it's just not a good, healthy thing at all. Yes, it's just not. Okay, this is Dani Johnson. Thank you so much for joining us today. I appreciate you, and I believe in you. And I hope that you found some help today on this show. And if you did, please write us on Facebook or on Twitter, or just come to our website. This is Dani Johnson. Thank you so much. We'll talk to you tomorrow with another awesome topic that will change your life.
You've been listening to The Dani Johnson Show. It's our belief that you can live a better, healthier, happier life. All you need is a little encouragement, a different perspective, a positive force in your life. Get that and more on the next Dani Johnson Show.
Okay, if you know me at all, I don't want you spending a penny more than you have to on anything. This is one of those things. If you're a business owner and take credit cards, you're paying too much unless you're working with my friend Kevin at Prestige Merchant Solutions. He's so confident that if he can't save you money, he'll pay you $100. Listen, if you're accepting payment by credit cards, check it out. 850-200-0709. That's 850-200-0709. Kevin guarantees 5-star service. He guarantees he'll save you money, and he'll pay you $100 if he can't. No risk, right? So what are you waiting for? Call today. It's quick to change your current service, incredibly reliable, 24/7 support, and payments are processed quickly. Tell him Dani sent you. There's nothing to lose. Call 850-200-0709. 850-200-0709. Stop overpaying today.
You tell yourself that life isn't that bad. You relish the small pleasures. Drive-through coffee, big screen TV, vacations bought on credit cards. But that's as good as life gets unless you take a leap of faith. This is millionaire author, radio and television show host Dani Johnson, inviting you to join me for 2 days where you will acquire the skills to make the life you crave a reality. Call now 844-200-DANI or visit firststepstosuccess.com.